On the cracked streets of Bento Ribeiro, a small boy runs barefoot, weaving through broken pavement and parked cars. His clothes hang loosely on his thin frame. He plays day after day with the ball at his feet, transforming the harsh reality around him into something magical. This is the story of Ronaldo Nazario, a boy who scored 166 goals in a single season before his 13th birthday. The boy who became the best football player on the planet by age. Ronaldo's mother, Sonia, always knew where to find him. School was never on his mind, the streets called him and he answered with joy. "I always found him on the street playing ball," she would later say, filled with a quiet sadness. "He should have been in school, I lost my battle." Yet, in the face of hardship, football emerged as a beacon. At 12, Ronaldo joined a local futsal team. In his first season, he scored an astonishing 166 goals. One game stood out. His team triumphed 12-1, with Ronaldo netting 11 of those goals. The whispers of his talent spread like wildfire. Among those captivated was Jairzinho, a legendary player from Brazil's 1970 World Cup winning team. He watched Ronaldo play and made a single call urging. By 16, Ronaldo stepped into the professional world. At 17, he found himself on the bench during the World Cup in America, watching his team wear the gold medal he would soon bring home. Soon after, he arrived in Eindhoven, where the Dutch embraced him. In just 2 seasons, he scored 54 goals and earned the nickname O. But what truly set him apart? When the ball touched his feet, he became a blur of speed and skill. Unlike most players who felt encumbered by the ball, Ronaldo seemed to gain momentum. In 1996, Barcelona came calling. At just 20, he joined the club under the guidance of the kind Bobby Robson, who marveled, "Watching him train is like..." Then in October came a moment that echoed through time. Barcelona faced a small club in northern Spain. Ronaldo received the ball at the center of the pitch, and with defenders clinging to him, he shook them off and sprinted. In just 10 seconds, he evaded 6 defenders, took 16 touches, fell to the ground and scored. Bobby Robson, witnessing the magic, could. At 20, the world knew his name. That season, Ronaldo swept every accolade available to a football player. He was young, fast, and the best, but the heights of success often harbor perilous falls. The 1998 World Cup in France placed him at the pinnacle of his career, having scored 5 goals and leading Brazil to the final. On what should have been a day of glory, Ronaldo shared a quiet lunch with his teammates before retreating to their hotel for rest. In the afternoon, the atmosphere shifted. Roberto Carlos, his roommate, noticed something strange. Ronaldo writhed on the bed, unable to speak, his body trembling. Roberto rushed into the hallway, calling for help as teammates gathered to. They watched helplessly as one of them reached into Ronaldo's mouth to prevent him from choking. Panic surged through the hotel. The seizure lasted around 30 seconds before he fell into a deep sleep. When he awoke, confusion clouded his memory. Doctors found nothing visibly wrong, and yet hours before the final, the team roster was submitted to FIFA, and Ronaldo's name wasn't on it. Just before kickoff, the list changed. Ronaldo was back in the game. As the match began, France seized control, while Brazil stumbled like shadows. Zidane scored twice. Ronaldo walked onto the pitch as if in a dream, moving slowly, not fighting for the ball. Something was amiss, but no one could explain it. After the final whistle, confusion lingered. Opinions swirled, stress, medication, or perhaps the weight of sponsors pushing him forward. Ronaldo spoke only 5 words: "I am not a coward." The truth of that day, he returned to Italy, joining Inter Milan, hoping to revive his career. But his knees, already fragile, began to fail him. April 2000 marked his comeback in the Italian Cup final after 5 months of recovery. The crowd erupted as he took the field, but just 6 minutes in, disaster struck. A quick movement sent him crashing to the ground. He screamed, the pain so intense that morphine was needed on the pitch. The stadium fell silent as players approached him. The team physiotherapist later recalled the horror. The kneecap had shifted, the tendon completely torn. At just 23, some doctors believed his career was. His recovery journey stretched nearly 2 years, with 2 surgeries and grueling gym sessions that consumed his days. Amidst the struggle, his son was born, becoming a beacon of motivation. While the press declared El Fenomeno finished, a new fire ignited within him. He set his sights. Arriving at the 2002 World Cup, uncertainty loomed. Doubters speculated about his knees and whether he was merely a face in the crowd. Yet quietly he began to flourish, scoring in match after match. The final against Germany awaited him in Yokohama on June 30. Before the match, Ronaldo surprised everyone by shaving his head, leaving only a small triangle. Laughter erupted, but it was a strategy to deflect attention from his injury. The night before, fear gripped him as memories of Paris haunted his thoughts. Unable to sleep, he sought comfort in it. On match day, he stepped onto the pitch, facing Germany's formidable goalkeeper, Oliver Kahn. In the 67th minute, an opportunity arose. Kahn misjudged a catch, and Ronaldo was there, pushing the ball into the net. 1-0. 12 minutes later, he scored again. The final whistle blew, and Ronaldo finished the tournament as the top scorer, earning every accolade. 4 years after Paris, he had risen from the shadows. The boy who once walked the pitch like a ghost had reclaimed his place as a hero. This tale is not merely about goals or trophies. It's about a boy who played barefoot in the streets, about resilience, and the journey of It's a deeper story of perseverance, of a spirit that refused to be broken, even when the body faltered. The ugly haircut masked a wounded past, but it enabled him to score 2 crucial goals in the final. Perhaps like Ronaldo, we all know the feeling of falling, whether on the field or in the quieter moments of life. The world remembers the triumphs, but the real story unfolds in the long, quiet walk between the fall and the goal. Years passed when no one was watching, a relentless journey of rising once more. That path is yours too, my friend. It always has been. A boy with no shoes transformed into the greatest striker of his generation. Football gifted him everything, yet it also took so much away. In the end, it returned just enough. He fell, he stood up, he fell again, and thank you for joining me on this journey. Reflect on the moments that shaped him. Which fall moved you the most? The night in Paris or the moment his knee buckled in Rome? Cherish yourself, until we meet again with another story.